Morning.
You spent a lot of time working on the run and run defense down there in one of your earlier periods. How did that go today? And how do you think your run defense's performance looked like? Will Golston was having a pretty good day for you.
I thought there was a lot of give and take. I thought it was one of the better practices we had since we had pads on, especially in this heat. I thought it was a lot of give and take. I thought we got a lot of work accomplished as far as offensive line with continuity, as far as defensive line seeing certain blocks, and that's what we try to get done today.
How's this week different, if any, with the game on Friday for you guys?
That's camp for us right now. You know, we're going to play it like a preseason game. We got things that we want to get accomplished that we'll work on every day. We're going to continue that.
What's Chase Edmonds brought to the running back room and his addition to the offense?
A lot of professionalism. You know, even when he was hurt in the spring, his professionalism, how he prepares and how he talks to guys and teaches guys is outstanding. And as well as he's a very good football player, we really like everything he brings to the table. He's teaching those guys how to be pros, running, cuts, just talking the game with Rashard, talking the game with Sneak, talking the game with Sean. He's been very instrumental that way.
Devin Tompkins was the guy you brought up last year to do some returns for you. The plays he's making out there, it's not the first time, but some of those catches where the small player in your team is going up and mossing some of your defensive backs. What does it say about him and his development, and is he forcing his way onto the field on offense in some packages for you?
He's very competitive. You know, he got in a little bit last year toward the end. He's not just a punt returner. He's a very good receiver. He plays bigger than his size. We like the things he does from a pattern standpoint. He has outstanding hands, and we just look for him getting better and better. He's starting to make those plays look routine.
We've seen Charles on the sideline about a week or so. You know what he's dealing with and when he might be back?
He's got a sore groin. No update on when he'll be back.
So, I was going to say, Gaines was out again today. Is that anything that could be a long-term thing, or just?
No, he'll be fine.
Coach, have you thought about playing time with the starters on Friday night?
No, not really. Not till we finish up a couple more days of pads, then we'll get into that. But we're going to treat it like a preseason game, and everybody needs to be available to play. If I choose to put somebody down, I'll work with them then.
When would you expect to see Jensen and the team?
It's a good question. I don't know, honestly, Rick. I just go by what the doctors and trainers tell me and go by how he's feeling and work on the progress. Some days are good, some days are not as good. So I'll just wait for the answer and kind of go from there.
In the meantime, is that spot behind them pretty competitive?
It's been very competitive with Hainsey and Leverett. You know, they both been highly competitive. Both played last year. Both bring different strengths. So it's going to be good competition.
Got a couple weeks to look at Shaq Barrett now. It doesn't seem like there's any hesitation from a mental standpoint, like he's favoring that Achilles or he's being cautious. Is that what you're seeing too? That he's just kind of full bore and let her rip?
It looks like he's back to normal. The first 2 or 3 days, you can see him being a little hesitant, naturally, obviously, after missing that kind of time. But he's kind of settled into his own and doesn't even think about it anymore. So he's looking a lot faster.
Anything else? Thanks, Todd.
Yeah, thanks.